I know I was full of myself before, but after going through that hell, I'm kind of wondering if this is karma. Anime Expo is the convention of waiting so much. I'm not used to paying for parking on a regular basis. It sucked paying for parking. We waited in a line of cars only for them to tell us that there's no more parking available. I later then learned that if you want to avoid that drama, you might want to get there hours, or maybe, 1 or 2 hours before the convention actually opens up. A lot of the worker volunteer staff weren't really that knowledgeable. I would go up to them and ask where something is. A lot of times they didn't know, or they would have to redirect me to another person, even if I would go to the actual information booth center, whatever. Sometimes they just redirected me to someone else because they didn't know as well. I know this isn't their fault necessarily, because maybe it's the convention or whoever's running the show here. Maybe they just don't want to spend extra money to train the staff to work more efficiently. So we didn't go to too many panels because there was like a lot of waiting. And even if a panel is like, separated from something else, and you look at the schedule and you're like, oh, look at this panel starts at 10 and there's another one at 1. No, you have to be there hours to line up before it actually starts. So you might end up only going to 1 or 2 panels in the beginning of the day or at the end. But I mean, I guess it's not really their fault because there's a crap ton of people. This one instance, we lined up for the One Piece panel and it was 8:20. We were like right there, one of the 10th people. We weren't that behind in the line and there wasn't that many people, so it was pretty awesome. And I'm like, okay, I can wait, I can do this. There's staff there walking and then they see us lining up, but then they probably didn't realize how popular this panel would get. At around like maybe 9, they start telling us, you guys aren't allowed to line up here until 10:15. Like, why didn't they say that sooner? I don't know. They should have come up with a better system for the people who were there first. Give us like, I don't know, like a number so to save our place in line. We wouldn't complain and we wouldn't stalk the little area to swarm in to get our place back or whatever. But no, they did not. We just suffered waiting to wait in a line. Sorry for the ranting. Despite there being all this horrible stuff that goes on, I mean, there were good things that made the pain and suffering worth it. A positive thing about this convention was being able to see all the cool cosplays. I'm like really shy to ask people for a picture. My sister pretty much inspired me to ask people too, because she was being polite and asking people to take their picture, and so I did the same. Oh, and I also think it's really cool when people get into character too. Even though I kind of cosplayed a little bit, no one asked for my picture, and then it ticked me off that more people asked for my boyfriend's picture than they did. Well, they didn't ask me. They mostly asked him because he was dressed as Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and everyone was like, oh my god, spot on Spike! And I'm sure you guys know that there were a lot of amazing artists over there. Nice, nice. I love the exhibit hall, the place where they sell things. I did keep in mind of the overly priced items and all that, but I mean, you know, you might find good deals here and there. Oh yeah, and I couldn't really check out the 18 plus stuff that my friend Kit Kat recommended me because I had my little sister with me, so I gotta be family friendly. Although my sister asked me what hentai and yaoi was, and I told her you don't want to know. And another good thing about the convention was they provided a free shuttle service thing to go from the convention to Little Tokyo and back and forth and all that for like, you know, a certain time, and we took advantage of that. And my last highlight of the convention was I was able to make a friend while we suffered waiting in the One Piece panel line.
Salad fingers! How can I take a picture? Okay.